Alright, looking at the regional rotations, the so-called Chicago technique or reverse air hard, or as it is first described recently in print, it's actually a Stoddard's technique for the sacroiliac joint. We'll take a look at that one. Now what we're going to do is actually form a banana away from us. So I'll bring his pelvis close to me, take his legs away and his shoulders away. Now this will start the locking process of the spine. Remember this actually came from a manipulation for the SI joint. But the spine now is in side flexion to the left. I'll now lock your fingers. I'll now rotate his trunk towards me, which will bring in a rotation lock. So the spine is now side bent and rotated. So it's locked. This technique though utilizes the idea that we can manipulate into this. And it has its problems, but nonetheless that's what it is. Now if you notice, I'm not getting hold of him and turning him and everything else. All I'm doing is grabbing the elbow and bringing him over this way. And then I'll grab him by the back of the shoulder. Now this is, I think, the preferred position. You'll find people doing this, putting their hand on the bed there, interlocking their arms and bringing their hand down to the bed. And all of that fixes where your body is going to be before the manipulation. Actually, where I want my weight to be is through the SI joint, there, and not up here. And it's particularly important for small patients or when you're working on a high bed. You have to get your weight over the pelvis. And again, if I put my hand there, my weight now falls there, and all I've got left now is arm strength, which may be okay, but for most it's not. So I don't need an awful lot of stabilisation here. It's surprising. Probably because the amount of leverage I've got here, I don't have to push very hard here to stabilise the force I'm applying here. So just hold behind the scapula there, lock your elbow out into extension and put the cup of your hand on the ASIS. And for these, you'll be pushing it pretty much straight back. For the SI joint, you'd either be pushing it up or down, which we'll come to in a bit. But for these, we can just push straight back, and it's a rotational manipulation for the spine. So we'll basically get ourselves in position, shift your weight over your arm and through the pelvis, and just stretch him out until there's nowhere else to get. And ideally, you might be able to pick up the infill, and then you simply drop your weight through the arm. Okay, so let's look at it one more in full without me talking so much.